Welcome to the show that puts the ease into easel, the can into canvas, and the like into likeness.
All very positive, but you could also say we put the pain into painting.
Yes, it's Portrait Artist of the Year.
All today's artists have come ready to do their best to produce a compelling portrait.
My hand, the middle finger is cramping. It's hard to hold the brush.
But if they can push through the pain, they'll be one step closer to this year's prize. A £10,000 commission to paint celebrated violinist Nicola Benedetti for the Scottish National Portrait Gallery.
Of the 9 artists competing today, 3 are professional. Jane French, Christos Zimaris and Karen McCone.
I like to feel that the figure is emerging from a kind of
Chaos.
Chaos, exactly.
And 6 are amateur. Amber Lewis, Humilo Canini, Terry Coyle, Robbie Jeffcott, Jacob Walden and Helen Kelly.
I normally have 3 small children running around.
Well, you've got 3 small judges running around and annoying you, so
that's what the headphones are for, is to pretend I can't hear you.
Thank you.
Before the challenge begins, the artists settle in, while the judges spend time with their self-portrait submissions.
Judges, today's wall, let's take it one by one then. Goodness me, what a powerful picture that is.
It has got a retro feel. I think it's got something to do with the tones in the face and also the expression. I think amongst all the style, there is also a very beautiful portrait coming through.
What I really like about this portrait is the way the second half of the face is undone, and it sort of gives him a wonderful 3-dimensionality.
It's very well observed. You really get a sense of the man, and the skill set is just extraordinary.
Its power is in how arresting it is. The level of engagement, because of that direct gaze with the viewer, is really strong.
There's a lot of layering there, and there's a real sensitivity to the eyes.
This is just showing off, I think. You've got this beautiful hand supporting the head, but it's only an outline, and very clever device of light coming through the blinds, so it's a fantastic drawing.
This is a sensational self-portrait. It's so clever to have all of these bright colours. There's all of these amazing viewpoints. It's just someone who is so in control of vision and of composition.
A tiny gem next.
I think there's such a lightness of touch in the way that it's created.
What I like about it, it's very organic. Even the shape of the paper and the way the edges are left free, it really does pack a punch.
I love the way in which it's painted. It's very expressionistic.
There's nothing quite accurate about the way the things are done, but the whole thing combined together is really compelling.
For me, it's all about the angles, which I quite like because it makes me spend more time with the painting.
She's really not telling us anything about herself. She's using personal details and shapes in a very complex composition.
It puts me in mind of Picasso's Gertrude Stein.
Yes, I just think it's interesting how little you need to make a powerful portrait. Very little finesse, but it's wonderful.
Well, we have a wall of great quality. You're going to have a busy day today, but a good one.
With the standard tools at the ready, paints, palettes, Ernest Hemingway brush holders, all our artists need now is their sitter.
Artists, your sitter today is an actor who may have played more policemen than you can poke a baton at, but beyond crime, he can turn his hand to anything from period drama, like Vera Drake, to cult sci-fi, like Star Wars. It's Daniel Mays.
Hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hi, Stephen.
Have a seat.
Thank you very much. Lovely to meet you all.
How are you doing?
Very well. Lovely intro. Thank you very much.
Well, not
I'm pleased
at all.
I turned up now.
Yeah, yeah. If you could sit today in character, is there a particular one that stands out that you think, oh, I'd like to have a portrait of him on my wall?
Danny Waldron from Line of Duty was very stoic. He was very still, wasn't he? So he would actually be a perfect character for you to paint, I think.
So is that like you or unlike
slightly
you?
unhinged.
Unhinged could be quite useful for an artist to
It
paint.
could, yes, it could.
Right, well, I'm going to leave you in the hands of your artist.
OK.
Good luck, everybody.
Are you going to keep your jacket on for the day?
I'm going to keep it on. I thought
Yeah.
there's a nice bit of texture for you.
It's really
Yeah,
nice,
kinda works,
yeah.
Is that OK?
Whatever.
Can you all work with that?
I think so, yeah.
Artists, have I got news for you? For the next 4 hours, an outstanding broadcaster and writer will be casting his private eye on you. Please welcome the incomparable Ian Hislop. Welcome, welcome, Ian. A good chance to sit back and do nothing.
Yes, and having had a lot of cartoons and caricatures of me over the years, I'm really hoping for something less rude. I can tell I'm not going to get it.
Now, I'm going to leave you to the artists now because they're going to discuss with you how you should sit.
Right.
The main thing is you're comfortable, so yeah, if you could hold that position, that'd be great.
I want you to make me look younger than Joan.
Artists. Described as a BBC star of the future, your sitter today is a presenter, a social historian, and the author of the groundbreaking book, Don't Touch My Hair. It's the dazzling Emma Dabiri. Hello. Hello, Emma.
Hi.
Have a seat.
Thank you so much.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Are you used to having your portrait painted? Have you ever had it done before?
It's old hat at this stage.
Every
No, I
week?
have to say this is a first.
Right. Are you looking for anything in particular? You want a flattering portrait?
I mean, I assume we all would rather a flattering portrait.
Right.
So one
Something
hopes.
gorgeous to hang on the wall. Artists, Emma, it's all yours. Hello.
I tend to just sit with my legs crossed anyway. Oh gosh, and you know what? I also wanted to hide my socks, but now you can see my flamingo socks when I sit like this.
Oh, they're so cute.
Artists, it's time to focus. You have 4 hours to complete your portraits. Good luck, everybody. Your time starts now.
The start of a portrait is often a time of intense concentration for artists, as sitters are carefully observed and features are meticulously noted. But for one artist, the sitter seems to be the last thing on his mind.
Hey, Robbie.
Hiya.
You've already got a great likeness. Talk me through what's happening.
It's basically called doodle method.
Right.
So you basically cover the canvas with anything.
OK.
And then the image I've taken, I will overlap with a picture of my canvas.
Oh, I see.
And they'll act as reference points.
OK, because I see a couple of eyes up there.
Those aren't his eyes.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Robbie Jeffcott is an amateur artist from Birmingham. After studying fine art at Westminster University, he trained as a tattoo artist and also works part-time as a fashion model.
So where did your love of art come from?
So this drawing here is a drawing of my dad's, who died when I was younger.
Right.
That's the first kind of art I was introduced to.
How old were you when he died?
1.
Wow.
Yeah. I always have this on my desk, try to channel his artistic energy.
His artistic energy.
Yeah.
That's a very beautiful drawing.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Well, I better let you get on. And
worries.
I look forward to seeing how that becomes that.
Yeah, me too.
Do you want to position your hands somewhere we can see your hands, yeah? I tend to paint from life. Would like you to be still. Yeah, and then you can just relax a bit and then keep it again.
Got you.
Thank you.
Christos Zimaris previously took part in Portrait Artist of the Year 2020, where he reached the semi-final painting musical star Elaine Page. He's since been developing a new painting style and has been watering down his oils to allow him to add and remove his marks more freely.
Are you happy so far, Christos?
So far, yes. It's a process of drawing, losing it, lose it, and go back to drawing again.
Is that also why you are quite strict with your sitters? You need the cooperation of them because you are going into chaos sometimes and coming back.
Yeah. Normally, I'm stricter than that.
Normally, you're even stricter than... I'm never going to sit for you, but it's good to know.
I think you should.
While the pressure might be on the sitters to stay put, artists can at least make choices to help cope with the 4-hour time limit.
I'm slow, so let's just cut out the middleman, pick the things that I feel like I can actually excel in. So I want to just really focus on the eyes, really focus on the nose and the ears. Those are the things that actually make a person to me.
21-year-old Humalo Kanini is studying architectural technology in Edinburgh. His pencil self-portrait, entitled Mum, I'm Bored, took 30 hours to complete.
One of the charming things about your self-portrait, of course, was the way in which you got the shadows casting only on the face and not on the T-shirt. Is that something you use a lot?
Yeah, I like using kind of like different types of textures to just create depth. Obviously, it worked in my favor to get here, so I'm going to try and just recreate the same idea.
When you work in black and white, have you ever been tempted to pick up the coloured pencil?
I have done it for someone who had pink hair, and it really popped.
Okay.
I might give Daniel pink hair. He might look good with pink hair.
Hi, Amber. I'm sorry to interrupt you. You're so in your own little zone there. I can feel this furious energy in about a kind of 1 foot square area. Is there any part of it that you're more worried about than others?
Maybe including the clothing here. I feel like I've practiced a lot on facial portraiture, and then clothing is just a whole different story. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, that's interesting.
Birmingham-based student Amber Lewis hopes to study fine art at university. Her compact 13 by 14 centimetres self-portrait was inspired by contemporary artist Jenny Saville and painted in gouache.
What about your submission? Did you work from life?
No, I worked from a photograph and I went in on the detail.
Yeah, what about today? Was there going to be like an equivalent way of doing it because of the time?
I've been working on not including every little bit of detail, but making suggestions of detail.
And are you pleased with Emma as a sitter?
100%, yeah.
She looks like she lives here. She just looks so serene. You look so great. Well, I'll let you go back into your zone. Thank you.
The artists have nearly reached the 1-hour mark.
So I'm moving on to the nose now, which is fun. I remember someone told me that the nose makes the likeness for some reason. So if I get the nose right, then it will look like Daniel. I hope. I don't know.
Got all the doodles down, so now it's basically just kind of mapping features, mapping outlines. And yeah, once that's done, I'm just going to work into it with colour. So yeah, it's going good.
Feeling positive. Emma has stunning hair. I don't know if I will be able to make it as beautiful as in real life, but I will try my best.
Here at Battersea Arts Centre, 9 artists have been busy painting the faces of sitters Daniel Mays, Emma Dabiri and Ian Hislop.
Jane, I wonder whether you've seen Ian on television, have you?
Definitely, yes.
That's exactly how we're used to seeing him, isn't it?
Yeah, I love the expression he's got at the moment, which is he's looking sort of slightly dreamily into the distance.
I did give her a tip and say I've got very, very well-defined cheekbones and quite a thin face, so I think if you capture that, that'll help.
Former graphic designer Jane French is now a professional artist and art tutor. She added interest to the composition of her self-portrait with an uneven angle and lots of personal items. But with no props to play with today, she needs to create visual interest in other ways.
You've not got any source material here, have you?
No.
So you're simply focusing on the head?
I'm going to divide the background so there's two colours, both probably shades of yellow, but I might try and introduce some sort of shadow shapes as well on the yellow, just to bring a bit of interest to the composition.
She's got that tilt of your head completely right. No, not that one.
Hands are really important in a portrait because I just feel they're so much a part of a person and the way they hold them. Daniel's hands look very capable, but gentle and sensitive. Yes, I hope to get that.
London-based artist Karen McCohen studied sculpture and now specialises in figurative paintings. Her colourful submission was inspired by her love of cubism and religious iconography.
Karen, I love the energy of this portrait. To me, you seem like an artist who maybe thinks in colour.
Yes, I do think in colour, but it is inspired by the sitter, so it's like a sort of relationship, really, between what I see and what I want to say.
And these fantastic architectural lines.
I think it's because we're all sort of inseparable, in a sense, from our environment. So I like to kind of feel that the figure is emerging from a kind of...
chaos.
Chaos, exactly.
Spending time refining a sitter's features is one way to make a successful portrait. But one artist is trying to increase their odds another way.
I hope to do 2 paints and pick the best. The reason why I do 2 paints is not because the first one didn't work. It's because I know I don't want to spend 4 hours in one painting. But let's see how the first one goes.
Terry Coyle is an amateur artist and part-time maintenance worker from Derry. His paintings take inspiration from Expressionism and are created using his own homemade brushes.
Your paintings have a very distinct atmosphere. What are you looking for?
For me, it's not important to have a photographic likeness.
Okay.
I'm trying to make the portrait work as a painting rather than just a portrait, if you know what I mean. Okay. I've done a couple of sketches in pen to get the scale of Emma.
Yes.
And now I'm going to do another painting.
Are you a fast worker, or...?
Yeah, the self-portrait I did it, you know, under an hour.
Under an hour?
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
That doesn't mean it's going to be any good, mind you.
The studio sets in this year's series are inspired by the colours found in nature.
Heavy on the yellow and greens today. What's going on?
Today's all about the desert, so you might be feeling a bit parched. Ian's on this set with these very gorgeous orange and yellows. We're thinking about the sun rising over the desert. And then Danny's in a set which is all about sand dunes, so brighter, lighter tones. And of course, you couldn't have the desert without cacti. So here in Emma's set, we've got all these gorgeous green tones.
Ian is not a man I would associate with a desert sunrise, but it's sort of working.
But don't forget, Ian's got that really big personality, and I think it sits quite nicely against the yellow. And bless him, he wore like his kind of jazzy tie to try and spice things up.
And Danny, of course, a very versatile actor. You can put him anywhere, and we've got him in the desert sand.
He's probably the more fidgety sitter. He's obviously a natural performer, so I think he's going to find it difficult to be so still for the whole day.
Emma's got her headphones in and her eyes closed. I don't know if she's meditating, listening to music, or if she's asleep.
She seems to be someone who's just very comfortable in their own skin. I mean, she's got cheekbones for days. I think she's a gift to these artists. I think this is a really interesting section.
Well, I definitely have almost nodded off a few times. I'm also listening to a podcast that's quite soothing. And also just trying to be alert but not move is actually kind of tiring.
I feel like a real kindred spirits with my artists. I describe them as my artists, so I feel like I have this strange ownership over them, and I'm so proud of them. Yeah, it's an amazing experience.
It's quiet. I was surprised. Someone said that the artists are likely to capture the real you, and I thought, I certainly don't want the real me on canvas.
Jacob, that is Ian Hislop already.
Thank you. I'm glad you think so. Just getting the whole canvas covered.
OK.
I still need to figure out what I want to do with the background.
Right. We don't normally worry about people's age, but you seem young. How old are you?
I'm 16.
You're 16?
Yeah.
What? That's very... yes.
I'm going.
Jacob Walden lives in Warwick and is studying for his A-levels. But he's already taking commissions and has been painting the portraits of his nan's friends' dogs for a small price.
His eyes are fantastic already.
Thank you. I do quite like painting eyes because of all the reflections and things.
And how are you feeling about revealing your portrait later to Ian?
I'm very nervous.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, are you thinking, I need to paint him in a way he'll like?
Well, I've turned up the ends of the lips just a little bit so he looks a bit happier.
OK, all right, so you've made him happier already.
Yeah.
Helen, I look at Daniel and think, that is a head I want to paint.
I know. There's a sort of sternness, but yet a gentleness, I'd say, there.
His likeness is also in the way he holds himself.
Absolutely.
Sorry, we're talking about you like a lump of meat.
You're talking about me, aren't you?
Yeah, we are. Get used to it.
Helen Kelly studied fine art and printmaking and is now a horticulturalist living in Starbridge. An instinctive painter, her loose style is created using watered-down acrylics, adjusting the features as she goes.
Daniel's appearing in this ghost-like form. Talk me through what's going through your mind.
This stage is trying to get the drawing down, so it's not very committal with the paint, but should have enough time to move the paint back into some sort of likeness or not. Well, I normally have 3 small children running around ties, so it's grasped.
Well, you've got 3 small judges running around and annoying you. So
that's what the headphones are for, is to pretend I can't hear you.
Thank you.
Our artists have been hard at work for almost 2 hours.
Robbie, knowing Ian, how much of that is influencing how you're portraying him?
I don't know how it's going to turn out, but see maybe a different side of him. I think it's going to be quite a solemn look.
Solemn or sullen?
What's the difference? Sorry.
I'm happier with this one, it's going better. My main focus is to bring out an emotion. I know it's important to get a likeness, but if I can get a resemblance, I'd be happy enough.
It's going all right. Well, the eyes were too close. So now I redraw the whole thing and then go back to work the rest of the portrait. I don't know if I have enough time, though.
Our artists have reached the halfway point in today's competition, painting sitters Ian Hislop, Emma Dabiri and Daniel Mays.
My biggest concern at the moment is the hair tone because, unfortunately, he's graying, poor thing, so...
I'm sorry? That's it. Cut. Cut.
Luckily for Daniel, our judges' focus has been on the artists and their progress so far.
Judges, we had a very good start. Are they keeping the standard high?
Unfortunately, they are. It's going to make later on super difficult.
Emma is being painted by Terence, by Christos and by Amber.
Christos got Emma's head very quickly. The likeness was there, and it's very attractive.
There's one thing I really don't like about it, and I don't know whether or not he's going to resolve it later, is this huge purpley drip next to the head, which I really feel is distracting.
Ty, give us an artist's view of the drip.
Can you imagine if you have a really amazing splash and then you can tease that into a very believable head of hair?
Do you do that?
I will now.
So we've got Daniel being painted by Karen, Humilo and Helen. What do we make of Helen's?
She has this wonderful loose style. I think she's got a great pose in Daniel, and you know, she's got a good relationship going with him too.
I think with that kind of painting style, you can lose the likeness so easily. But I like the expressionistic quality of it, but we do need there to be a good portrait.
I was a bit worried about Karen's earlier today because I couldn't see the likeness at all. But she's starting to find Daniel in the portrait, and it's a really lovely composition.
What I find remarkable in Ian's section is how each of them have got a completely different likeness of Ian. Robbie's got this huge grumpy Ian, Jane's got a friendly Ian, and Jacob has got a very establishment Ian.
Yeah, I think Jane's done something which is very sensitive. I think it's a painting which is going a bit slower than maybe it needs to. I think that it really feels like Ian.
It has to be said, Jacob is only 16. He's up against really heavy professionals.
Yes, he's so at ease in that company, and I don't even think of him as a 16-year-old. And maybe I should, because it is quite remarkable what he's doing.
But when it comes to judging, age is irrelevant. You'll be pleased to hear, Joan.
Delighted.
They're all a bit inscrutable, really. Robbie seems to be slapping it on. Jacob is smiling a lot, which may or may not be a good sign. One of the judges went past Jane and said that the flesh tones were very heavy. So I'm imagining I'm going to come out looking very orange.
It is rather unnerving, but, you know, they have to paint what they see, so a rather large nose and going grey, I have to embrace my mid-40s, right? So it is what it is.
It's really interesting. I'm feeling quite curious about the reveal. There's that element of surprise. I hope it will be a pleasant surprise.
All artists want their portrait to stand out. But for some, that means walking a fine line between order and chaos.
Robbie, you're mixing different mediums, pens, paint, brushes. It's very much about the energy in your painting.
Yeah, I also want to try to capture a likeness of Ian as well.
So is that the struggle a bit?
Yeah, it's good to have these expressive strokes. It really works with it, but then that can take the likeness away. So it's trying to kind of balance the two.
It is always about that line of chaos and control. And in your case...
chaos, mainly.
Christos, I was watching you and I was thinking, what are you doing with that heavy grey mauve? And then the minute you wiped away, it sort of started to make sense.
Yeah. I've been working with very thin paint, creating the chaos and just rubbing and making it watercolory. Hopefully it will go better than the last time I was here. I had the worst day ever. Artists do have the bad day.
Yeah, well, not just artists, but today's been good.
I think so, so far, yeah.
Good.
As well as using a medium to demonstrate their skills and style, artists also need to consider what a portrait tells us about the sitter.
Humilo, now you put this band across the nose as though you're looking through window blinds.
Yeah, window blinds.
So that makes him more suspicious, doesn't it? Because that's the kind of character he plays.
Actually, it does kind of fit with him. Thank you.
Jane, you certainly captured his spirit.
Thank you.
So have you worked in a very traditional way from dark to light? Are you waiting for the nice little kicks right at the end?
Yeah, I teach painting, and I'm always saying to students, just hold off. Don't put the highlights in yet, because they're the treat at the end.
Yes, the icing on the cake.
Helen, it strikes me that Danny is a terrific sitter for your style.
I think that I may not do him quite justice that he deserves, but...
In what way? What?
His eyes are a little bit too big. So you're looking a little bit shifty, a bit kind of...
A little bit, ooh, a little bit
yeah,
wet.
That's exactly,
Okay.
yes.
He does look like he's just been picked out of a lineup.
You're really selling this.
The artists have just 30 minutes left.
For the first time ever, my hand, the middle finger is cramping, and it's hard to hold the brush. I don't know why it is, probably a bit of nerves, but that'll be fine.
I'm not going to look at the photo as much anymore and just look at how her hair moves naturally and see if I can capture that. We'll see. I can only do my best.
I think I wish I'd got the hands a bit more, but I know I'm a slow worker, so I'm just kind of now relaxing into it and thinking, I'll just do what I can.
We're into the final stages of our artists' 4-hour challenge, painting sitters Daniel Mays, Emma Dabiri and Ian Hislop.
I haven't sort of worked on the clothing as much as maybe I planned to, and I'm not 100% sure about the likeness, but I think it's okay, yeah.
I just need to make a few small adjustments to the shadows. They're just a bit patchy at the moment, but other than that, I'm nearly finished.
Artists, you have 5 minutes left.
Ooh. I'm happy with it, I think. It's hard to tell, I've looked at it too long.
I'm a bit nervous, but I just keep on doing till the last second.
Artists, your time is up. Please put down your equipment and stand away from your portraits.
The time has come for the sitters to see their portraits and decide which one they'd like to keep.
Danny, do you have any idea what's waiting for you?
No idea. I'm quite nervous.
Right, artists, can I ask you please to turn your easels?
Whoa! Oh, wow. Look at those. They are absolutely fabulous. It is intense. I love the colours with it as well. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I have a proper goatee beard.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
You're very butch.
Very butch. Oh, it's wonderful. The likeness is fantastic. The precision, it really kind of draws you in, doesn't it? The eyes are wonderful. I just adore the composition. I love the texture on the shirt, the patches of colour. It's beautiful.
Right, Danny.
I can't take all three?
Unfortunately, not.
Pretty pleased with a cherry on the top?
No.
No, OK.
No.
I'm going to go with Karen.
Well done, Karen.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Pleasure.
Well done, guys. Well done.
Well, Ian, you're ready to confront the truth.
Yes.
Artists, turn your easels round.
That's extraordinary. They are brilliant. Wow. Do I take a closer look?
Yes, you must come and take a closer look.
Quite a sober version of me, but really thoughtful. I think it's a good likeness. It might be slightly flattering, but, you know, thank you. Yeah, this is a much jollier version of me. I love the contrast of the semi-finished background and the highly detailed face. I look amused by something.
Well, you're amused by the entire world.
This is extraordinary. I had no idea what you were doing. I love the way you've just thrown the tie all over the picture. It's a technical term. But it is a really striking picture.
Comes the moment to decide.
The one I'm going to take away with me is Jane.
Artist, can I ask you, please, to turn your easels?
Moment of truth. Wow. Oh my goodness. I don't even know where to look because I'm like intrigued by all of them. The colors are so interesting. I wasn't expecting to be green, but it just has quite an ethereal and otherworldly quality.
Yeah.
It's really incredible. I love that I look so young. I mean, I really like the eyes.
Beautiful eyes.
Yeah, they feel really luminous. I really love it. So beautiful and stunning. Yeah, I love the colors. And the hair is done beautifully, because I think maybe the hair was a challenge.
It was a challenge.
I love how it looks.
Right, Emma, I'm afraid I'm going to ask you to pick one to take home with you.
I think I'm erring towards this one. Yes, yes, yeah.
Well done, Christos.
As the artists unwind, the judges examine the finished work.
I love the mood that Christos has managed to catch in this portrait of Emma. I just think it's soulful, melancholic. It's beautiful.
It's a bit shrunken, but I can forgive that for the expression and the way that the hair's painted.
I think Amber just ran out of time. But that expression, it connects with the viewer so directly.
And I love that eyebrow. It's a great little moment she's captured.
I think Terry's painting of Emma, there's something very ghostly. I find the green in Emma's face quite alienating.
I know that it doesn't really necessarily look like Emma, but it's a sort of weird portrait that I could live with.
Yeah, I just wonder whether Karen had issues with the background. A lot of it feels very decorative rather than structural.
I admire her for taking on so much of the figure, for bringing it to life in such a colourful way, and it's got a kind of joyful quality to it.
I'm in two minds about Humelo using the device again of the light across the face, but it's definitely him.
And one of the most beautiful ears.
It
and to
is.
get the sense of the man in such a small sliver is magical.
I love Helen's portrait. I see all of Daniel's character. We've got that arresting sense of presence that we had in her self-portrait as well.
I think it's intriguing. I find it a bit blunt.
Let's just remind ourselves, Robbie did this in one day, and I love the fact that we've got an artist who's so experimental.
But I think what I'm missing is that halfway point where you had a not so overworked portrait.
I think what Jane's done is really special because we so rarely get an artist that's able to capture an expression that feels believable.
It's full of humour. She's got a beautiful touch, and the way she puts paint on is just yummy in its very sort of, understated way. So, yes, fantastic.
Jacob's probably overworked the cheek, but I do really like the way he almost kind of sculpts with these tones.
There are some beautiful passages of paint here where that looseness and precision is perfectly balanced. There we go. That one goes there.
Before choosing a winning portrait, the judges narrow down their selection to a shortlist of 3.
Does anyone want to keep this one?
No.
OK, so let's get rid of it.
Thank you, Mrs.
Move.
Soriano.
OK, do these 3 work?
I really like 2 of them.
This is going to take a bit longer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Artists, it's been a real pleasure watching each of your work today.
After scrutinising your work, the judges have chosen a shortlist of 3. The first artist is Helen Kelly. The second artist is Christos Zimaris. The third artist to be shortlisted is Jane French.
All the 3 shortlisted artists, they were all amazing. And I told them that their stuff was good. They didn't believe me, and here they are. So.
Judges, perhaps we should acknowledge that there's a lot of talent not here.
Yeah.
And then you can tell us how you came to choose these.
Today was particularly difficult trying to go from, 5 to 3, that's for sure.
Jane gave us a very happy, sunny Ian today.
What Jane's very good at is this clarity of light. There's a crispness to it.
She is a traditional painter, but she's found something which is sort of new within this tradition. So in the submission, it's this really interesting composition, and in what she did today, it's this gorgeous smile.
And in stark contrast to Jane's light airiness, we have Christos' brooding intensity.
Yeah. Christos fights with it, not only with his own self-portraits, but also with the sitters that he's depicting. Overall, that sense of mood that he creates is super strong.
What I think is particularly special about Christos is the way he can use accidents to create volume in the hair. That's pretty special.
Next, we have Helen, and I have never seen someone so dumbfounded to have their name called out in the final 3. What are you seeing in that Helen is not?
I'm stopped in my tracks with both of these pictures. I want to spend time understanding them.
But if you gave me that and told me to go and find that man in London...
But, Stephen, the purpose of a portrait is not... I could give you a photograph to go and find Daniel.
Sure.
I'm not going to give you a painting.
I'm not Can I just say, Rembrandt painted a lot of self-portraits, and we'd have problems finding him in London.
There you are. There you are. You are the judges, but we have lots of opinions as well.
Yeah.
Let's wait and see who wins.
Yes.
Jane, Christos, Helen, you each impressed the judges today, but only one can go forward to the next stage.
The artists that the judges have selected created a psychological study which captured their sitter while staying true to their style. That artist is Christos Zimaris. Whoa.
Oh, I feel ecstatic. Yeah, I can relax now because I was holding my breath for about an hour, but I'm so pleased that I made it.
Thank you.
Today's experience has been really, really good, and Christos's winning portrait is amazing. I love his self-portrait as well, so I'm not surprised he won.
I'm delighted Christos has won. We've met him before, but it's only just dawned on me what an emotional painter he is. What he's really aiming for when he lets colours pool and splash is to create a painting that's full of humanity, and I want to see more of it.
It's been quite a long day and it's been very tense, but now I need to go to the semi-final and repeat it again, because this time I have to go all the way.
Hello, we're here with a fresh batch of talented artists.
All eager to meet some fascinating sitters.
It's a brand new series of Portrait Artist of the Year.
Over the next 10 weeks, some of Britain and Ireland's most accomplished artists will have their skills put to the test.
Under a bit of pressure.
Creating a portrait in only 4 hours.
I've never painted so quick in my life.
Well, I can't go back. I can only go forward.
Lined up to sit for them, a distinguished cast, drawn from very different walks of life.
Oh, wonderful.
Amazing.
I want you to make me look younger than Joan.
So we're allowed to move about and stuff, aren't we?
I mean,
no?
they prefer you not to.
How do you want me?
Comfortable.
Yeah, great.
That's dynamic, I like that.
Shoulders high.
Okay, okay, is that good? How does that feel?
Artists, can I ask you, please, to turn your easels?
I'm quite nervous.
Oh, wow. Oh, goodness.
Whoa!
Oh, holy monkeys, Batman.
And at stake is an amazing prize, a £10,000 commission to paint celebrated violinist Nicola Benedetti for the Scottish National Portrait Gallery.
But first, they'll need to impress our judges. Independent curator Kathleen Soriano, award-winning artist Tai-Shan Schierenberg, and art historian Kate Bryan.
If I make a mistake, how are you going to notice?
We'll do our best to notice any mistakes, dude.
So, who will have the self-belief?
If you can give me good vibes, let's go. Rory, you're great.
Rory, you're great.
Thank you.
And the staying power.
This is the same struggle that I felt with my self-portrait, going over things, you know.
Artists.
To get them through to the semi-final.
Anything you found difficult about painting him?
It's the face and the hands, mainly.
Apart from the face and the hands.
Well, the T-shirt wasn't easy either. But...
Oh, well, I mean, the face, the hands, and the body in a portrait are not that important.
Of the 9 artists vying for glory today, 4 are professional. Teddy Lenner, Alicia France, Shane Berkery, and Araminta Laurie.
I'm really passionate about art. I'm really passionate about portraiture. I suppose I'd like to produce something authentic. All I can do is try and do my best.
And 5 are amateur. Kat Hughes, Tony Robinson, Joseph Dupre, Nicola Cummings, and Denny Waterhouse.
I've watched the programmes for quite a few years now, so it does mean quite a lot being here because it feels like I've achieved something really big.
While the artists settle into their new surroundings, the judges examine the self-portraits that won them a place in today's heat.
Judges, we have a wall of intrigue and delight for you this morning. The first one, a bit of an intense gaze looking back at us.
I love an etching, not just for the grubbiness of it, but also I get a sense of the metal that's been used to make it.
From the wispy beard to the lovely lines on the shirt, it's magical.
This next one is not my love child.
We've just got such a big, large head to get into, and you start almost looking at it in an abstract way.
Yeah, I think it's a tour de force in terms of detail without it being photographic.
It's so forlorn, isn't it?
I think what is absolutely magical is the way that they've used the drip of the paint to emulate steam on a mirror. It's just so intelligent to kind of break the dimensionality between the artist space and the painting itself.
It feels like we've been watching a film and it's between a couple of frames. I just think the colours are wild, but it works incredibly well. I think it's in the tradition of the ennui, the paintings of boredom.
You get the sense that she's surrounded by her friends, yet she's isolated and lonely somehow.
Now, what's happening here? The mask has slipped, there's some sort of scar on the neck.
It comes from another age, except that the mask clearly positions it in our time. But I love the restraint of the palette.
I feel so strongly in my bones that this is painted in Australia.
Yes,
and
I do as well.
Yeah, I have no
Why?
idea why. It's so convincing. I love the fact that the artist is silhouetted, and it's just so charming. They've got such a good handle on this cross-hatching, and yet it's matched with this extremely contemporary presentation, not just the pretty unflattering angle, but the way the head is decapitated by the bottom of the page.
This next one reminds me of paintings like The Marriage of Arnolfini. Instead of a globe or a skull, we have a cat and a hot water bottle.
Yeah, the symbolism is just glorious.
But you've got to worry about what an artist can do in a day, because this could have easily taken a year. I mean, it's spectacular.
Well, what a tantalising wall. Let's see what they get up to.
With favourite pens and brushes selected, the artists are now ready to meet today's sitters.
Artists, with your sitter today, dreams can come true, and the semi-final is not out of reach. Please welcome singer-songwriter Gabrielle. Hello, hello. Have a seat.
Oh, wonderful.
Amazing.
You should have seen the gasp of delight and surprise when your name was mentioned.
After all these decades, thank you.
Are you looking for anything in particular today?
You know something? I'm vain. Just make me look as wonderful as possible, please. I'm just here at your mercy. Whatever you want me to do within reason, I'll do it.
So do whatever you like, just make her look amazing.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
They're going to find a position for you to sit in all day. I'll leave you to it.
Right. Where do you want me?
Okay.
It's not fair that somebody's going to get ahead.
Yeah, if you can face kind of that towards that general
That
direction.
way? Yeah, is that okay? Oh, that's beautiful.
Artists, this world-famous tattoo artist, television presenter, and former ballerina has amassed a huge social media following, and she is in herself a sort of work of art. Please welcome Grace Neutral. You're very welcome indeed. Now, I know that it was because of an accident when you were at the Royal Ballet that you took up this world. What happened?
I dislocated my hip, so that took me out the running. But then I found the world of tattooing, and that kind of just took over.
It took over you, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Now, the artists are going to discuss with you how you're going to sit for them. Yeah. I'm going to leave it to them.
Hi, guys. Do you want me to do anything with my hands? Cross my legs?
What would feel natural?
This is kind of a natural pose for me, I guess.
Okay. Artists, your sitter today is an actor whose roles span from the Tudor period in Wolf Hall via the Renaissance with Medici into the 1960s with The Queen's Gambit. But here for you right now is Jacob Fortune Lloyd. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You have a lot of period drama on your CV, Jacob.
I do.
Out of the three different looks, Tudor, Renaissance, 60s, what was your favourite?
I mean, wearing fur and leather in the summer.
No, but at work I'm talking about.
No, the 60s.
Yeah. Excellent. I will leave you in their capable hands.
Fantastic. So, how would you like me to sit?
Perhaps at this sort of position,
Like
with
this?
the arms on the wrist.
You need to be comfortable because it's going to be 4 hours. So.
I had a second cup of coffee, which is definitely a bad idea when you've had to sit down for 4 hours. OK.
Artists, you have 4 hours to complete your portrait. Good luck, everyone. Your time starts now.
many artists will have some nerves when it comes to painting a portrait against the clock. But for one, today's 4-hour time limit is something of a luxury.
I paint outdoors quite a bit, so I'm used to painting very quickly because of the sun. And I don't usually get a sitter to sit for me if I'm painting a portrait for as long as 4 hours, so this should be a treat for me.
Newcastle-born Tony Robinson is an amateur artist now living in County Wexford, Ireland. His self-portrait was made in Florida when Tony was painting outdoors and came across his reflection in an empty shop window.
Tony, where do you think the essence lies with Jacob?
Well, I'm trying not to get involved in the features too much.
Okay.
While on the one hand, people say with a portrait, you know, catching the essence of the person and all that, I don't really believe in that very much, to be honest.
Okay, I think, like that. And all that, yes, okay.
If I think of a nose as being a nose or an eye as being an eye, I get bogged down. You're far better to find the shapes, find the abstract, and then you'll have an interesting painting, okay. I think.
It seems to be working for you, so I'll let you get on with it.
All right, thanks.
Gabrielle is one of the best singers that I've ever heard. This is a person who I've been waiting to paint all my life. I mean, it's just incredible. I can't believe that I'm here painting her. I mean, I'm so impressed.
Art teacher Nicola Cummings lives in Harrow in Middlesex. When she's not painting, Nicola likes to sew and is part of a group that has made costumes for the Notting Hill Carnival and the London Olympics.
Nicola, you're off to a flying start. You've given us a 3/4 length figure, the background's already filled in. And are you pleased with your sitter?
I'm very pleased with my sitter.
She's got a nice body language, hasn't she? Gabrielle's really holding herself.
Yeah, I normally do kind of quite close up.
Yeah.
Because we've got this wonderful, sensuous black fabric, let's use it and paint it as well.
Well, it's a really good-looking start.
Thank you very much, thank you.
Can I ask, are your eyes tattooed?
Yes, I got my eyes tattooed about 11 years ago. Wow. It's a pretty traumatic experience.
Wow.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I'll probably pass on that one myself. But,
yeah.
But it makes for a good painting, so...
Thank you very much.
Alicia France is a professional artist who also works part-time as a receptionist. Her old master's-inspired submission was painted on aluminium, which is also her preferred surface today.
So, Alicia, how did you start working with metals?
Well, I started off etching.
So you had enough with scratching into the metal and decided you were going to paint on it instead? What are the things that you have to sort of consider that are different with working on metal?
Obviously, it sits on the surface very differently than the oil paint.
OK.
And I found that the lighter the colour seems to stick better for some reason.
OK.
It can be a bit difficult getting them first layers on.
Well, you've done well in that challenge.
Hopefully.
Shane, it seems to me you have lucked out here. What a fantastic profile that is.
I know, I'm really happy with it.
Did you come with a game plan today?
No, not really. I'm just going to try and be patient and try catch the likeness as best I can. But I do usually take around 2 weeks to complete a painting.
Okay.
So 4 hours is, yeah, it's quite a struggle.
Shane Berkery is a professional artist from Dublin. Working from old family photographs, his art is influenced by his Irish and Japanese heritage. But his submission was based on something a little more contemporary.
I watched this movie called Colour Out of Space.
Right.
Nicolas Cage is in it.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Yeah. This colour invades this place and things start going a bit mad. So that's what inspired me to use those garish, horrible colours.
Oh, it's a brilliantly bonkers portrait. You've been given some colours today to work with. What do you make of those?
Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out what to do with the background.
OK.
I think it's all a bit brown.
It's very brown.
Yeah. I might try make it less brown.
The artists have been working for almost 1 hour.
You feeling good?
Okay. A few little corrections in the drawing.
Okay.
And I'm trying not to make him too good looking because it's just wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Serve him right.
I'm happy with the composition. How she sat down was very elegant, so I want to capture some of that in the final painting as well. I feel very nervous.
Grace, I think she's a wonderful sitter. I'd like to get as much detail of the tattoos as possible. They're kind of just separate works of art in themselves, aren't they? I'm just hoping it'll look all right, yeah.
Here at Battersea Art Centre, the artists have spent an hour painting sitters Gabrielle, Grace Neutral and Jacob Fortune Lloyd.
So how are you finding sitting? Very relaxing, I imagine.
Yeah, kind of relaxing, yeah. I'm sweating like crazy. Don't capture that.
Just saying that made me add 5 shine spots on your forehead. For me, portraiture isn't about, you know, making a pretty picture of someone. So I've taken a fisheye photo. I'm going to try and warp his features into something a little bit less statuesque.
20-year-old Kat Hughes from Liverpool is studying for a degree in filmmaking and dreams of becoming a film director. Her self-portrait in acrylic took 40 hours to complete.
Kat, I'm beginning to wonder whether Jacob was just so good-looking that you had to do something weird with his face.
Almost exactly it.
Is it, really?
Yeah, I wanted to put a new spin on his gorgeous chiseled features.
And what are the dangers of the fisheye approach?
Sometimes it can come off as a bit gimmicky.
Okay.
But that's really not what I'm going for.
Well, I love the tension, him sort of gripping that space.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
Araminta did lots of details. Sorry to talk about you, Grace, in
That's
such
all right.
like you're an object. But have you painted tattoos before?
I have. I've painted a large hawk moth,
Okay.
but I did have 2 weeks to do that, so...
Okay,
Yeah.
this is a slightly different proposition.
Araminta Laurie studied art history before completing a master's in fine art at Sotheby's Institute. She painted her self-portrait after being inspired by a recent visit to a Rembrandt exhibition.
Your self-portrait is very reduced in tone. Here we have Grace sitting, and there's a whole different sort of colour range.
I love exploring colour, but I don't always paint exactly like the self-portrait. I do start with an earth palette for the skin tones.
At the drawing phase, that's where you are now, is it happening for you?
Yes, I put her at the top because I really love this high ponytail, and the sweep of her hair really frames her face.
It's a great start. I'll let you carry on.
Thank you very much.
Denny, hello. You're making a beautiful big drawing here, over life size.
This is quite small. Normally I draw about 2 meters big.
So that presumably allows you to have a lot more freedom with the marks that you're making?
So I think the cross-hatching is what I shade it in with and makes the tones even out.
Great. Well, I really love the proportion and the scale already.
Grimsby-born Denny Waterhouse is studying for a degree in drawing at Camberwell College of Arts. She's recently begun taking commissions via social media and hopes to one day become a professional artist.
So your submission was really striking, but pretty brutal.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not the nicest.
I wouldn't portray myself like that, even for the sake of a good picture. So clearly I'm more vain than you. You were using a mirror?
It was from a picture, I think. I wouldn't let anybody see it, but the drawing of it, I was fine.
So obviously you've done something gentler today for Gabrielle. And you really, really filled the page.
Yeah, I probably had a bit of the background subtly.
Great. Well, feels like it's going to be an exciting piece.
Thank you.
In this series, the sets take inspiration from the colours found in nature.
Kate, the colours are very rich and very varied today.
We've taken our inspiration today from coastal tide pools. So behind Gabrielle is this beautiful colour to represent kelp. Behind Jacob are the colours that really make us think of the actual rocks inside the rock pools. And then here behind Grace, we've got these extraordinary blue and purple tones, which are mussels.
Jake, of course, is handsome to a huge extent, so there he is. What do you think of him as a sitter, then?
Well, I think he's a good sitter. He's one of our actors who I think is sort of half Jacob and then half sitting as a character, maybe. I think Gabrielle looks incredible against her set. There's something about, like, her dark clothing and the great lines in her hair against these soft browns.
And, of course, Grace has left her face completely white, which looks wonderful, particularly against a very dark set.
Yeah, and also picking up the kind of blue in the lenses that she's wearing.
I have to correct you.
Oh.
She isn't wearing lenses.
Oh, OK.
Her eyeballs are tattooed.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that extraordinary?
Yeah, they've got a lot to think about, the artists in that section, because it's kind of like art within art. So I've got high hopes for the artists.
Great.
Everything's actually going amazing. From what I can see, everyone's approached it very differently, whether that be going in with a lot of detail or just kind of doing more loose brushstrokes. So it's going to be very interesting.
I'm super excited just because it's a new experience. You know, they're all talented, but just capture my good side, please.
I'm loving it. I've heard some dismay at my, quote, angular face. I hope that it's not too hard to catch. I'll be complaining to my mum later.
Well, first I'd be focusing on the proportions of the face, and then gradually I'll build up each layer of oils onto that. I'm trying to get as close to life as I can. I want this to be as realistic as possible and to exactly mirror the way that I'm seeing him now.
London-based Teddy Lenner originally trained as a car mechanic before becoming a professional artist. His work combines hyperrealism and surrealism and is influenced by Caravaggio and Salvador Dali.
Teddy, we love your self-portrait. Will you have enough time to make the painting of Jacob as detailed?
Well, for that self-portrait had a lot longer. I spent 2 months working on my self-portrait, so it's quite different when I come to this painting now.
How much work do you do from the tablet?
I find it better to be looking at Jacob mostly. I've got the exact angle that I want of him there, and I've just got the tablet just occasionally to look at that.
Do you feel competitive?
I'm thinking I'll win. As long as I can get on and quickly add the oil colours, then I've got a chance of winning at least.
OK, we'll let you get on.
Thank you.
Unlike artists working in traditional media, one is completing the drawing stage of a monoprint. He'll need to trace his image, place a clean piece of paper over a perspex plate covered in ink, and follow the lines of his tracing so the paper picks up the pigment.
Joseph, you have chosen the road less travelled.
I have. When I come to the printing stage, it's pretty much done blind because you can't see where you're placing the ink on the page.
Sounds high risk.
Very, very high risk. Because when you're drawing, every pressure you make on the piece of paper will produce an effect. So you end up with a really unique and unusual result, which I quite like. Fingers crossed.
Norwich-based Joseph Dupre works as a GP. He loves to work in different media and spent a day creating his self-portrait etching.
Now, how does this pursuit of yours match with being a doctor?
Well, I managed to work it so that I work sort of 2 or 3 days a week GP, and then the other 2 or 3 days a week I devote to art.
You aren't inclined to say, yes, please come in. Can you just sit there for a minute?
I am occasionally.
The artists are reaching the halfway point in today's competition.
Yeah, it's going all right so far. The hair's going to be probably the most challenging part because there's so much of it, it's going to take a lot of work to fill it in. Yeah, I've just got to keep going.
I've blocked in the drawing that I'm happy with, then I've moved on to tones. It's not there at the moment, so I'm hoping to get there.
On the left side of the portrait, there's some green that I'm not too happy with. I'll have to figure that out. I think I'm calm, yeah? Yeah. I don't know.
2 hours have passed since our 9 artists began painting Grace Neutral, Jacob Fortunoid and Gabrielle.
I want to know what exactly you're using.
What, this?
Yeah, what is it? It looks...
This is just a takeaway container.
That's fantastic.
It's the easiest way to keep the moisture in.
Loving it.
Halfway. How do you feel it's going?
I think every single artist started incredibly well today. So well, in fact, that there were at least 6, I'd say, that I wanted to ask them to stop after the first hour because I was so happy with what I was looking at.
Wow, wonderful.
Well,
OK.
Dangerous.
Let's get into the detail, then. We'll start with Gabrielle's paintings. There's Shane and Denny and Nicola.
I love Denny's cross-hatching, and I love the way that she's so confident in doing it that it becomes just a beautiful tapestry of marks.
But there's also a beautiful expression in Gabrielle's face that Denny's caught. There's humour there, and I think it's lovely.
Shane is doing a very professional job. Yes, I sort of regret the loss of some of those acids that we saw in his self-portrait submission, but he's creating a beautiful profile view of Gabrielle, and I think it's incredibly promising.
Jacob is having his portrait painted by Kat, by Tony and Teddy.
I think Kat's really interesting because she's gone in with the fisheye lens.
Why would you use a fisheye lens?
Well, Jacob's an incredibly handsome fella.
He said jealously.
And it's not just a formula. She's trying to find him through a different medium, and I think it's working.
There's some weird proportions that will come through, and there are dangers in whether or not that will actually work in the finished thing.
Tony's approach was quite traditional. What I'm liking, actually, is now Jacob's becoming an abstract shape, and I love where it is hovering at the moment.
OK. So we've got Grace being painted by Alicia, Joseph and Araminta.
In Alicia's submission, we had this fantastic figure with all of these different fabrics and textures. I would hope we'll see the same sort of lavishly represented depiction of the tattoos as we do maybe with the velvet or the hot water bottle.
I like the way Araminta's interested in shape and form. It's always a slightly enigmatic character she's created around Grace. Of course, at the moment, we see it without any of the tattoos going on. So it'll be interesting to see how that changes the portrait as the afternoon goes on.
I'm a very emotional person, but I think people can see the tattoos and it can completely take over a narrative in their head. To see if they kind of can see past them will be really interesting.
I'm feeling nervous but excited at the same time about the reveal. I'm not going to peek, I'm going to wait, simply because I think that's more fun. I'm patient, patiently waiting.
I think of myself quite often like a kid in grown-up clothing. It'd be interesting to see if it captured a kind of childlikeness behind the eyes. I've heard a lot about fish eye with Kat, which is still very intriguing.
I'm trying to get as much paint on the canvas as I can because I'm very aware of the time. Getting a real sense of emotion from a portrait, I think, is more important than anything else. That's why the eye is the big focus of the middle. And also the seriousness of the expression has kind of swerved it away from being a caricature. Well, I hope it has anyway.
All artists will want to capture their sitter's individual character, but not everyone will look to find it in the face.
Tony, what made you decide on that framing?
Athletic sort of guy, and so including the torso and the hands reflects that.
Right. Anything you found difficult about painting him?
The face and the hands, mainly.
Apart from the face and the hands?
Well, the T-shirt wasn't easy either. But...
Oh, well, I mean, you know, the face, the hands and the body in a portrait are not that important.
Joseph, I saw you inking up the Perspex slate.
Yep.
So they're basically ink sitting underneath there.
Yeah, so oil paint and pigment underneath. Whenever I make a mark, it presses through onto the second piece of paper under here. Any mark you make with your hand obviously comes through as well, so there's that patchwork of textures, which I quite like.
Well, enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Alicia, that's a beautiful portrait already.
Thank you.
Do you normally paint on metal?
Yeah, but the thing is, with the dark paint, I don't know why, but it doesn't stick as well.
Oh.
So I keep piling it on.
What's the dab of colour there by her eye? Did you trip and fall on the canvas?
I was like, oh, should I do a background? And then I put the paint on, and I was like, no, I don't want to do it yet.
It's like you're being attacked by a splodge. I'll let you and the splodge get on.
Thank you.
There's just half an hour left, and it's not just the artist spotting areas for improvement.
Shane, what's going on behind the neck? It looks like there's some correcting that you've been trying to do there.
That's the highlight, yeah.
Ah.
Must fix that as well, then.
Yeah, just maybe a little bit of refinement or something?
Yeah.
I'm at the point where I'm adding the light, where the light's coming onto his forehead, how it's glinting off of his hair, and a little bit on his cheekbones and his chin as well. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little bit tired now.
The day is ticking on. I wouldn't mind a little bit more time on the hands and this ear that's in the shadows at the moment. It needs to be much lighter. There's much to do and not much time either.
After nearly 4 hours of painting, the artists are putting the finishing touches to their portraits of Gabrielle, Jacob Fortune Lloyd, and Grace Neutral.
Just working on the final print, putting in all the extra tone, and we'll see what the final result is.
I'm just adding some background now. Whether I do the whole canvas, I'm not quite sure. I feel like she needs some metal showing for some reason.
Artists, you have 5 minutes left.
The main thing I'm worried about now is that I do a last-minute correction and it ruins the whole thing.
The moment I reveal my portrait to Gabrielle, I'd feel very, very nervous about it. And I've got my fingers crossed that she feels the way I feel.
Artists, your time is up. Please put down your equipment and stand away from your portraits.
Gabrielle, Grace and Jacob will each be taking one of their portraits home with them, so it's time for the artists to reveal their work.
How was your 4 hours?
Oh, you know what? It was incredible. My heart goes out to these amazing artists.
Let's not put it off any longer,
No,
shall we?
let's not do that today.
OK, all right. Artists, can I please ask you to turn your easels?
I'm scared. Oh, wow. I'm loving the capturing of my hair. Ooh, child, I love this too.
I'm going to stop you there, Gabrielle, because we're going to go and have a closer look.
OK. It's amazing. Loving the use of the colours there. I'm loving my hair.
He's picked out the earring. Just
yeah, and
giving you
I
that.
love that. Just little shimmers. And it's beautiful. I could see that there was a section where my hair was, and I thought she's not going to be able to do that in time because the pen looked really fine. So she's super fast and amazing. Wow. You've got so much detail in there. I'm loving the way you've captured the texture of my outfit. Yeah, well done.
OK, it's decision time.
On the basis of the fact that I don't look as old as I really am, I'm going to go with Shane.
Well done, Shane.
Grace, you can relax. I think you were always relaxed, weren't you?
Yeah, I've just been thinking about what I'm going to have for dinner.
You decided?
Yes.
In that case, we can ask the artists to turn their easels round.
I don't know where to look.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Yeah, I just feel a bit speechless right now. I'm kind of overwhelmed. This is stunning. I entered my 30s a few years ago, and it's really nice to see myself in more of like a womanly way.
Oh, brilliant.
So thank you, I appreciate that. Oh, I just feel like the ultimate boss in this picture, you know? Like I'm just sat on my throne.
That's good.
Waiting to rule. This is truly beautiful. I feel like it kind of plays on my more childlike, naive side. I don't know, it just made me feel really pretty, and I'm very happy that it's me.
And now comes the moment of decision.
Oh, you're all extremely talented, but I think, Araminta, your portrait just speaks to me, so thank you.
Wow. They are all so brilliant. I grew up watching a lot of late 90s, early noughties hip-hop videos. So this is such a dream come true to see a fisheye. I feel like Busta Rhymes. It's so cool.
It's amazing.
Absolutely amazing. I love the broad brushstrokes of it, yeah, and the likeness and the light on the face and the shadow on the other side. There's just so much in it that's interesting. It's so detailed. There's something in the distance, isn't there? Oh my God, that look.
Yes.
It's,
Right.
I'm gonna go with the one that reminds me best of my misspent youth and go with Kat's fisheye.
Well done, Kat.
For our artists, the hardest part is over. But for our judges, it's just beginning.
Teddy's taken the kind of angularity of Jacob and sort of broken it down into these lines.
It's really nice as well to see the range from his self-portrait, that he can do something that's almost more sensitive, more delicate.
Tony's portrait is all about the posture, and it's about the depth you get from the front of the body right back through his shoulders.
There's so much thought in the eyes and the way the hands are positioned. I'm so glad he included the hands.
Kat's fisheye is bonkers.
I think it's really clever that she's able to do something which is typically kind of fun and surreal and give it that seriousness. That's clever.
I love the composition that Nicola determined to go with.
Some bits of the painting have gone a bit flat, which is a pity because the whole thing was much more exuberant early on. Denny's drawing is masterful, and the head has got just this immense volume to it.
I think the composition could have been stronger, but I have absolutely no complaints about these beautiful crosshatches. I think Shane dealt with the view that he had beautifully.
It's a great likeness of Gabriel, but I do miss that sort of experimental edge that he had in his submission.
I think Araminta has given us this very serene person, but there are hints of something sort of under the surface. And the way in which she's used that sweep of the hair, I think is really clever.
I think Joseph has caught Grace's spirit. There is a chunkiness to Joseph's print which wasn't true to life.
But I think the tattoos are fantastic, and I think the sense of this kind of punky, rebel spirit comes through.
I love the way in which Alicia has built Grace's face up with the little bits of colour. It's rich, it's luscious.
If it wasn't for the fact that it's covered in tattoos, it could have come out of the Dutch Baroque period.
To help with their decision-making, the judges pare down the artists to a shortlist of 3.
I think one or the other of these two should be here. And actually, the one on the right has more mystery.
I'm feeling like this one lives in a completely different sphere. It doesn't quite live in the sphere that I'm living in at the moment, let's put it that way.
And there's a completeness and weight to these
Yeah,
three.
I really like these three.
They're
So,
really
okay.
good three.
Artists, it's been a real pleasure watching each one of you work today. Well done.
It's never easy, but the judges have chosen a shortlist of 3. The first artist is Tony Robinson. The second artist is Araminta Laurie. The third artist to be shortlisted is Kat Hughes.
Oh, it's so sad that I didn't get through. I really enjoyed meeting everybody. And to meet Gabrielle, bonus!
Well, we have 3 from a strong day, it felt, today. So what does Araminta show us today that you don't learn about her from her self-portrait?
The colour palette is so subdued in the submission. And today she's amped up the colours, and I love seeing the way that she allows it to inflect into the hair and then gently into the skin and the shirt.
There are no tricks here. There's no artifice. It's a straight-on, good quality portrait.
Now, Tony, the cynical side of me, there is one. Maybe he can't paint faces and hands and hair. Well, he can.
Yeah.
I have a problem with the likeness. He felt that other things were more interesting to him, but as a whole, it works fabulously.
I find that the hands look like hands from someone who's been in an abattoir.
You think they're dripping with blood?
I know, yes.
Do
Dripping
you?
with blood.
They're dripping with blood.
Yeah.
The hands might not be perfect, but they're important in creating that sense of depth. You know, that's a real challenge for an artist. You know, he had to find that depth in the portrait.
Kat is studying film. She has an eye for a story, doesn't she?
It's like she's directing 2 movies here, and they're both suspense dramas, aren't they? Bordering on a thriller.
Are you telling me it's Psycho?
You have murder on the mind today.
I do.
But no animals, people.
I love what Kat's done today, but how close is it to being a gimmick?
It becomes a gimmick if there are 10 more after this, I would say.
You wouldn't need to watch TV with one of these in the room, would you? You could just let your imagination run.
So, abattoir fingers, Psycho, or cool and interesting? There can be only one.
Araminta, Tony, Kat, you can each be proud of having made it to the final 3. However, there is only one place for the semi-final.
The artists that the judges have selected showed a confident range and a narrative depth across their submission and portrait today. And that artist is Kat Hughes.
What is going on? I usually don't have that much confidence in my art, and the fact that I've got through to the next heat is just, it's like the best feeling ever.
Kat smashed it. I did my best to put her off because we were standing alongside each other, but no, she nailed it, and good luck to her.
I think Kat's work's beautiful, and her self-portrait was just stunningly rendered, so I think well-deserved.
Kat is a brilliant winner. It's so exciting for us to find a young artist who's such a strong storyteller. In her submission, it was all about the cool tones. Today, it was about the fisheye. We really can't wait to see what she produces in the semi-final.
So I'm about to call my mum and tell her the news.
Hello?
I need to book a train to London for next week because I've got through.
Oh my God. Oh, that's amazing.
Are you crying?
Yeah. Oh, I'm so chuffed. Oh, God, I'm bursting now.
It's that time of the week again to put your feet up, pour yourself a glass of something.
And spend the next hour saying, I wish I could paint like that.
Or they chose that one? Welcome to Portrait Artist of the Year.
Today, 9 talented painters are hoping that their skill will be enough to win this year's prize. A £10,000 commission to paint classical violinist Nicola Benedetti for the Scottish National Portrait Gallery.
Of the artists arriving at Battersea Arts Centre today, 4 are professional. Lynn Kennedy, Gabriella Cohen, Phyllis Dupuis, and Lee K. Barry.
I tend to use full days, weeks working on different paintings, so this is going to be a real challenge to try and get it all done in that time.
And 5 are amateur. Amy Coleman, Jana Forrester, Charlie Hardcastle, Alex Cooper, and Xin-Chu Zhan.
I changed my composition. I was being over-ambitious.
Although we love it when people are over-ambitious and it all goes wrong. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. Sort of
a dramatic effect.
Yeah.
As the artists unpack their tools for the day, the judges look at the submissions that won them a place in the heat.
Well, I can't think of anything better, looking at a wall of painting with my 3 knowledgeable friends. It makes me feel like a prince. So, let's start in a purple vein.
The eyes are beautifully painted. There's a kind of discordant tone between the blue eyes and the purple jumper.
I think she was very clever to put that square of purple behind her head as well. It brings your eyes to rest on the face.
The lighting is used to put the face in shade. So this is a study of the face hiding.
And that shadow under the plant, I just adore.
Next, we have a kind of blue.
Yeah, I mean, it's luscious and almost underwater in the quality that it gives us.
The off-kilter pose gives it a real sense of dynamism, energy, and tension.
We move on to the woman who fell to earth.
It's just superb, this painting. It's a kind of alien, android kind of figure wearing a bonnet.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Right, I love it too. I mean, of course, I need to see if this artist actually looks anything like this.
Well, they'll be easy to spot if they do.
They will.
It's enigmatic. You presume it's the same person. But what I think is really beautiful about it is the way the 2 hands come together. It's just caught this sense of tenderness really well.
I love it. I think it's great, really promising.
OK, who's that girl?
Oh, this is such a gorgeous little painting. I mean, the sitter looks like they're too young to be in this show.
Attitude, the tilt of the head is lovely. It's just a charming portrait, really. This is such a well-constructed painting. It's on a square. We've got these various rectangles within it. We've even got instructions with burnt sienna and titanium white. It's almost a sort of how to get into Portrait Artist of the Year kind of instructions.
Now, Vincent.
My favourite artist is here. It is a nod to Van Gogh, who, of course, liked people in exactly this format, this turn of the shoulder.
I mean, that scarf is just fantastic, isn't it?
And finally, why does it always rain on me?
A really sensitive, considered portrait.
Beautifully melancholic.
He's just trying to work out who he is. I think we've all stood looking at the mirror trying to work out who we are.
I know I have. Well, 9 artists whose talent sings out. Will they find harmony today? Artists, you will be reaching for the stars today as you are painting a celebrated space scientist who presents the TV astronomy programme, The Sky at Night. Please welcome Dr. Maggie Adarin-Pocock. Hello, Maggie. How are you feeling about today?
Slightly nervous. I'm a bit of a fidget. So.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Right. Well, they'll have to whip you into shape then, won't they? I mean, obviously you're a scientist and you're very knowledgeable. Are you expecting to come across as in a sort of confident way?
I think in a portrait, I think perhaps you see someone's vulnerability. You see behind the facade. So I'm hoping they might capture some of the inner Maggie. And I might actually discover what the inner Maggie is as well.
Well, that would be a result. That would be great.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I will leave you in the very capable hands of your artists.
Fantastic.
Good
Thank
luck.
you.
Thank you.
Yes, I will try and keep still. So I guess, so how do you want me?
Don't cross your legs.
Lovely, yes. And apologies for the dress. I was going to wear a single colour, but I got carried away. So there's a pattern now.
It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Artists, your sitter not only has an OBE for services to history and community integration, he also has a BAFTA for his series Britain's Forgotten Slave Owners. He's the historian and presenter, David Olusoga.
Oh, gosh.
Hello.
Hi. You're very welcome, David. Well, let's talk history, shall we?
Yes.
Is history something we're all seeking the final definitive account of things?
No, it's a guide to where we're going at very best. At worst, it's just a list of cautionary tales.
Because we're living through a time in which there seems to be lots more unearthed stories that we didn't know about.
Well, I think we chose not to know about a lot of our history, and younger people don't have the same relationship with the past, and they're willing to look at things that have been brushed under the carpet. So this is, I think, a generational change.
How interesting is that? What I'm going to do now is leave you to the tender mercies of the artist.
Thank
Over
you.
to you.
So I've never done this before. Just tell me what to do.
The main thing is for you to be comfortable.
I'm good at that.
Artists, it's time to raise the bar because your sitter was the Royal Ballet's youngest ever principal dancer. And as if that wasn't enough, he's also an actor and a model. Please welcome Sergei Polunin. Hello. Hello. Have a seat. How are you feeling?
Exciting.
Yeah?
Looking forward to see what's going to be out there.
Now, you're a ballet dancer, so you spend your whole life moving.
Yes, constantly moving, yes. I think dance is life. It is constantly moving. I will be twitching.
Well, this is it. You're not allowed to constantly move today.
Really?
You know that. Well, I will leave you in the hands of your artists. I wish you all good luck.
Thank you. I'm a little bit nervous. You're not the only one.
Artists, you have 4 hours to complete your portrait. Good luck, everyone. Your time starts now.
If you could look just somewhere this way.
We're comfortable already.
Two artists will work in acrylic and 7 will be using oils today. But they all have different ways of starting.
A different camera, for sort of physical rather than digital.
Yeah, they add a cool effect.
Once the artists have selected their sitter's photo and completed a basic outline, some feel ready to hone in on the detail.
I like to spend a lot of time getting the drawing perfect. If the drawing's wrong, then the painting's going to be wrong. So I like to have a good likeness, as good as I can.
Charlie Hardcastle graduated in painting from the Edinburgh College of Art in 2020. His signature style combines simple forms and background with detailed portrayals of the elements he most enjoys painting.
Charlie, it's crucial, it seems to me, to get that outline right.
I've liked the contrast between the outline of the clothes and the hair and then the face, which is quite realistic. I generally paint most of the skin and then I go in with details like the eyes and lips and things like that.
It's very difficult when you've got a profile, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm glad I've got a kind of tiny hint of the other eye. I think the eyes are probably the most important part for me because I feel like they can either make or break it and bring it to life, usually.
OK, thanks very much, Charlie.
Thanks.
I do the eyes first, and then I kind of judge everything else from where the eyes are. And I took a photo to see the shapes, but mostly I'll be working from life to see all the colours.
17-year-old Amy Coleman is from Cork and the youngest contestant this year. Her submission in acrylic took her 22 hours and is her first ever self-portrait.
Amy, do you paint people from life often?
Never.
Is this the first time?
Yeah,
Oh,
basically.
wow. It's a very different thing, isn't it, when they're sitting there?
Yeah.
What have you found difficult?
I have problems with likeness sometimes, and I'd say his one is also quite difficult. It's more the face shape.
Right. How are you feeling about that moment when you have to show him what you've done?
Oh, I feel nervous because right now I'm kind of hidden, even though I know it's right there. So I hope you like it.
Yeah.
Zinchu, I walked past before, and I'm sure there was a different version of Sergei on your canvas.
So I changed my composition. Initially, I actually included half of the body, and I think I was being a little bit over-ambitious, so I decided to being more realistic.
Although we love it when people are over-ambitious and it all goes wrong. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
A dramatic effect.
Yeah.
Zinchu Zhan grew up in China and now lives in Brighton, where he works for the pensions regulator. His self-portrait was a play on 2 different types of light and took 7 hours.
Now, you're measuring very carefully using this divider.
Yeah, I'm basically measuring the distance between nose and the chin, like what you do with the brush. But I think the reason I use these ones is because they have sharper points.
And is there some measurement in the face that you use as the key to the measure?
The nose.
The nose?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, look, it's a beautiful start, so I'll let you carry on.
Thank you.
Lee, you're making quite a mess, aren't you?
The floor is lava right now.
Yeah. Looking at that, you think this man is meticulous, he's precise, he's ordered. No, he's not.
And then you look at the floor.
No, he's a mucky pup, is what he is.
Lee K. Barry studied fine art at Leeds University. While his style is influenced by Van Gogh and Gauguin, his colourful palette evolved through his extensive travels.
Not everyone here has had the opportunity to paint people from life. Is that something you've done much of?
Yeah, I was challenged to race from Amsterdam to Monaco by selling my art in exchange for money. You know, at school, people can say, art don't get you anywhere. But
art got you to...
It got me halfway around the world.
Excellent. Well, let's see how far this takes you.
We'll see.
You see what I did there?
The artists have now been painting for almost an hour.
Amy, you seem to be on a mission.
I tend to get too into the painting, and then when I step back, I can kind of see that things don't.
Amy, everybody has that problem.
Yeah.
This is quite difficult. Well, I haven't actually done the face yet, so when I do that, I think I'll probably get a better idea of how it's looking.
It's very important that I try to be me rather than try to guess what the judges want. People have different perceptions about art, so what's good in one person's eye might be something different in another person's eye.
It's an hour in for artists painting dancer Sergei Polunin, historian David Olashoga, and space scientist Maggie Adarin-Pocock. And while some progress quickly, one artist has spent the first hour carefully preparing her reference images and has only just started working on her canvas.
Gabriella, we've got a little Polaroid station here. What is it about them for you that's so appealing?
I really like the soft, romantic effect they add, and I think you can really achieve that with oil paints.
OK.
Gabriella Cohen is a fine art graduate from Staines. She enjoys creating characters, and even her self-portrait combined a miniature bonneted Victorian figure with a Bowie-inspired alien.
Your submission has this kind of futuristic quality to it, and that's largely achieved through the kind of colours you're using. What are you giving us today?
I think I want to keep it a bit more normal instead of imposing my own narrative. But I definitely want it to look slightly unusual.
Slightly unusual.
Change a few colours here and there and make it look a bit more mysterious.
Good. Well, I look forward to seeing this romantic Polaroid Maggie emerge through your particular way of doing it.
Thank you.
Artists often bring particular items they couldn't do without, from special brushes
This is my favourite.
to less conventional materials.
The lentils are a great way to support these sturdy brushes without them falling over.
But many take their cue from the old masters.
There's one colour that I like, that's burnt sienna. I wouldn't be able to be without that. I always seem to have to get burnt sienna and titanium white, which is why I put it in my self-portrait, just as a to get.
Lynn Kennedy is a former photographer and animator from Shankill, who took up painting in 2017 and within 2 years had won both the Zurich Portrait and Ruth Borchardt prizes.
What a fine portrait, Lynn.
Thank you very much.
So the striking feature of Maggie's look is that amazing necklace.
I just really like the sparkle of it, and it looks really nice against her skin, and I just thought that would help me figure out the colours around if I put it in. And I just found out that there's a little bit of moon dust in Maggie's necklace.
Wow. Where'd you get the moon dust from? The moon?
I live there myself. Well, actually, my husband gave it to me as a present.
Who's selling moon dust?
Actually, I think you can
Has
get...
Buzz Aldrin got a kind of out of
grinds
his
them up.
back shed? Yeah.
Well, over 100 kilograms of moon rock came back to Earth. Yeah, there's probably still a bit knocking around.
I'm quite competitive, so my preparation really started the minute I found out I was chosen to come on it, and I have painted 3 or 4 portraits a week.
Alex Cooper is a former picture framer from Leicestershire. Having won Portrait Artist of the Week, painting Claire Balding, she's found her calling and is keen to study and paint as many portraits as she can.
Well, Alex, what do you make of David as a sitter?
He's very good. I can tell that it's not a natural state for him, sitting and doing nothing. His head's whirring around with thoughts. And you really want to get the essence of the person over, don't you? Even the way the collar is and the shoulders sit can tell something about someone. So hopefully it'll be enough to give a bit of him.
Don't put yourself down.
Each week, the sets reflect an aspect of nature and the environment.
They're very flattering, these colours behind our sitters.
It's all about snow and ice.
Right.
One always thinks of ice as white, but of course, in further reaches, it has got these beautiful colours. We've got glacial ice, where the blue is just bonkers. And in the shadows, you get these incredibly deep turquoises. Here on the right, it's as though we were standing in an Arctic landscape. Rocky promontories with a bit of snow on it, the darker blues. And finally, we have a rather dull urban snow.
Well, don't tell David he's sitting in front of cold urban sludge.
Yeah, David is very interesting, and I realise he's a man of words. But there's a tension there, and I think it's because he isn't in his natural milieu, which is communicating ideas.
Yeah.
What's lovely about Maggie is that she's smiling, she's engaging with her artist.
She's fascinating because she's so animated when you interact with her. It'd be lovely to get a bit of that in a portrait, but that only happens when you're talking to her.
I'm hoping they not only get the information from the tablet and her unrest, but actually from conversation with her.
Sergei is a dancer.
He's a dancer, he's an actor, and he expresses himself that way. He was concentrating hard, but I think he's a bit more relaxed now.
Yeah.
And that might be quite interesting for our artists, that they get a different view of him.
Yes, it takes a while to get to know people and for them to stop being on their best behaviour.
That, exactly. And we're interested in the
Who
other
they
stuff.
really are, yes.
This experience harder than I thought. Not necessarily sitting down, but artists actually reading information of me. So I have to concentrate, I have to give my best, and it's not as easy as I thought.
I guess one of the things about portraiture is that it can break through barriers when it's done brilliantly. Well, I think all of us conceal our inner selves every day of our lives. So I'm curious to see whether aspects about myself that I recognize but don't project can be picked up by the artists.
It's funny, I think my sense of sound is heightened because I can't see what they're doing. So I'm listening to every, ooh, what was that? And hearing brush strokes. You don't know what's happening, but I find that really exciting.
So, Phyllis, I'm feeling the warmth and generosity of our sitter, both through her, but also through your work.
It was great to see her and her smiling face. Who could ask for more?
Absolutely. And I can see quite a lot of colour in Maggie's face that I don't actually see there. Will that still remain there, or is that really for blending later on?
I would hope to leave some of it there because there are lots of wonderful reflections happening. I mean, colour is the thing that excites me, really.
Originally from Canada, Phyllis Dupuy moved to the UK in 1979, where she exhibited her ceramic work for 25 years. She created her self-portrait to capture the mood of winter despondency.
It was so good in your self-portrait, with the light on one side and then that lovely shadow on the other. I can see the beginning of it starting here.
Well, it does tend to create more drama, I think.
How are you going to bring that drama in apart from the colour and the light?
Well, there's bound to be some vines creeping over her dress.
Really? Oh, I
Well,
see.
the pattern that's already there.
Well, it's a beautiful beginnings, really.
Thanks very much.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Artists often prefer to make key creative decisions independently, but certain sitters inspire a more collaborative approach.
So, what do you want from this commission? Are there any colours you hate?
I love blue. So blue is the colour
I will
I normally
incorporate
wear.
blue into this. Blue or yellow? They're two extremes.
I almost wore something yellow and I didn't think it would go with this background, so I changed my mind.
I'm going to use that as indication to do yellow. Thank you.
Jana Forrester is a medical physics student at UCL. Her self-portrait shows the light distorted on her face through her bathroom window and was inspired by studies of Picasso's Blue Period.
Jana, I'm inclined to ask you, are you mad? Where's the yellow come from?
I asked David, and very hard
It's his fault.
No. I like just having really bright, vibrant colours.
It's quite a strong colour to be working against.
Yeah, I think it's his skin. I see it from the skin.
You see the yellow relating to the skin. Do you prefer darker skinned sitters?
Yeah, I think it's just so much more going on in the darker skin, so much more colours to experiment with.
It makes the creative process more interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great start, and I can't wait to see how David's going to appear in that sea of yellow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The artists are almost halfway through their portraits.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I've already put down all the colours and now I'm refining the features.
I suppose getting the foundations right is the critical, like a building or anything else.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm on track now.
What I have left to do is the hair, because right now he's bald, so it might be important to put hair onto him.
Sinchu, how's it going?
Struggling a bit.
Are you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I struggle with mixing colours.
Well, that's the drama of paintings. They come, they go.
Absolutely.
But you still got time. All is not lost.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
It's halfway through the heat for artist painting historian David Olusoga, dancer Sergei Polunin, and space scientist Maggie Adair-Pocock.
Well, we've got very vivid sitters. So what kind of a morning have we had?
I think it's been a good morning, and I think all our artists have made a really splendid start.
So David is being painted by Charlie, Gianna, and Alex. Now, he's a very interesting sitter because they've each taken a different point of view, haven't they?
I think David is quite a complex sitter, and I think all the three artists have had to look for a different aspect.
Well, I think Charlie's given us a David that looks as if he's about to step out of the freezer. It's all silvery and really cold with that background.
It's minimal within its tone and colour range, and I think it's very beautiful at the moment.
Now, let's look at the paintings of Sergei. Zinju has gone for the larger body. And how's he doing?
I thought that Zinju got a lovely likeness first thing.
It's beautiful, and he has caught something in the way Sergei holds his head on his shoulders. You get that sense of a man comfortable in his body.
What about Lee?
Lee is a riot of colour. I mean, it's interesting what he's creating because it's like a tapestry. It's a very promising beginning.
I think Amy's doing incredibly well for a young artist. There's a sense that we have an artist who is very good at getting likeness, and she's flowing with confidence. Really extraordinary.
Now, Maggie is a hugely exuberant personality, and I think she's conjured up exuberant portraits, hasn't she?
It's very difficult when Maggie is in repose, and I think what Phyllis has been able to do is find that, and that is very hard to do.
Now, Gabriella, I have a sense that it's compressed energy, which is something that's true of Maggie.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, a Polaroid has a compressed energy, and it has this soft, kind of unusual light.
I think Gabriella's colours are stunning. It's a very alien way of painting to me, but I think it's a magical piece of work.
Well, I think all round they're doing fantastically well.
I'm quite apprehensive about having my picture taken because people see you in a different way. And you think, oh, is that me? But I think a portrait gives you a different insight because there is the physical form, but I think a portrait goes to the inner form as well. So I'm seeing how I might be seen by the artists.
Alex feels like somebody who's got her methodology down. She knows what she's doing. Jenny feels more experimental. She's very interested in what I think. And Charlie's been really quiet, secretive, so I'm particularly interested to see what he's come up with.
I painted once after a really horrible rehearsal, and I was really upset. So I put all my hatred into one painting, which I did like in red and black colors, and that was okay after.
Competing with so many talented artists, having a distinct style helps if you want to grab the judge's attention.
Gabriella, the way you use your palette is totally alien to me. The colour choices make it feel sort of vintage.
Yeah, I've tried to be experimental with the colours. Hopefully the dreamy quality will come from the colours that I've used.
Well, you're being very mysterious.
Like my painting.
Like your painting. You want something withheld.
I want to capture part of the sitter's personality, but also give a magical fairy tale representation of the person. It's more unusual than just creating an exact copy of the sitter.
These artists are so difficult.
Charlie, are you going to leave the hair as this ghostly outline as we saw in your submission?
Yeah, I think so. My style is quite delicate. I might go in with like a really, really fine brush and just outline some more of the individual hairs and things like that. But yeah, I'm not going to attempt the hair as a whole.
So there's a nice combination of the undone and the done.
Yeah, exactly.
You're the only artist putting the hands in. Why did you do that?
You know, the pictures that we take of ourselves and pictures that we take of others are often just head and shoulders. So it is nice to get the hands in as well. It's nice to have a little bit more of the person.
Well, you've got so much of Maggie as a person there already. I think you could probably stop. Fantastic.
Well, I have a bit more to do yet.
Artists see colour differently, but the skill lies in how they interpret that on canvas. And faced with so many colours, there's plenty here to test their mettle.
I notice you've got green colours in the hair, Phyllis.
Yes, and the shadow, they change colour from the front to the back. And I thought the colours might be tricky to work in with her dress. It's just a matter of trying to use a more harmonious way of attacking the colour combination.
She's an enormously exuberant presence.
She really is, and that's what I love about her, and I hope I can bring a bit of that to the painting.
It's wonderful. Thank you.
In terms of colour mixing, I find that challenging because I've not had a chance to do any live painting in ages, so I got used to mixing colour to a screen. On the screen, you can just match your colour dead on, whereas when you start to look at the actual sitter and the environment, the colours are not so absolute anymore, so that's been a challenge.
Gianna, I can see you working furiously with the yellow. Have you found it a useful colour for his skin tone?
No.
No, it's been, because I was wondering if it might be quite hard to work against.
Yeah, normally I don't do washes.
What's the motivation today?
It's like a security blanket in case I don't have the time to finish it. So like, it looks like a finished piece anyways.
The artists have just 20 minutes to finish their paintings.
Alex, any challenges you see?
Glasses were one of the things I was rather dreading. And they're not malleable at all, they're just, they're there.
They either look right or they don't, sort of
Yes.
thing.
What's concerning me the most is probably that I'll lose the likeness, because I'm still working to get it, but then I'm afraid I'm going to go too far and just completely lose it.
It would shatter me if I didn't finish. So I'm just hoping that today delivers on likeness and a successful painting.
It's the final moments for artists painting space scientist Maggie Adarin-Pocock, historian David Olashoga, and dancer Sergei Polunin.
Sinju, your last-minute touches, what are they going to be?
Just try to make some final adjustments and make sure that any bare canvas gets covered.
OK, we'll get on with it.
Thank you.
I'm probably going to simplify it, but I think I'll have enough time to get the background in.
Artists, you have 5 minutes left.
I'm fiddling really now. I've just got to make sure it looks like him.
The ear is kind of glaring at me, but I've not got time to do it properly, so I'm just trying to add loads of details, like hairs and things like that.
There's only so much you can do. I'll keep struggling and hope for miracles in the last few minutes.
Artists, your time is up. Please put down your equipment and stand away from your portraits.
Thank you.
You look worried. Are you worried?
Not worried. Very excited.
Yeah.
But it's going to be tough, I think.
Yes. You're sort of rooting for them all. You've been here all day with them.
Actually, my heart is really beating.
Is it? I'll put you out of your misery. Artists, can I ask you now, please, to turn your easels?
Oh. Oh, my. Oh, wow. I think there's just so much information to take in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, should we have a closer look?
Yes.
Yes.
That's amazing. And I like seeing the hands and the torso. The eyes are beautiful. I just hope my eyes are like that.
Definitely, absolutely.
I look quite sophisticated in there.
You do, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, there's a really elegant.
And again, the window. It's if you're peering in. Beautiful. I think I look young there. The child burns very strongly in me, and I think it comes out in here. And the cascade of hair, I love that.
Right, Maggie, well...
Oh, no.
Sorry to do this to you, but I need to know which one you'd like to take with you.
I don't know. I love each and every one of them. Oh, gosh. So I think I'll go for Phyllis's.
Thank you so much. Well done, Phyllis.
Thank you. And the eyes.
Well, David, your long reverie is over. How's it been?
That's been interesting. I thought mainly about work, which is probably a really, really bad sign. I should have been using it to have flights of fancy.
Well, I'm going to ask the artists to turn round their easels.
Wow. I've never been able to draw or paint, so to me it's kind of magic and alchemy.
Let's take a closer look.
Okay. There are elements of that painting which I think are just so realistic, and then there are elements that remind you that this is a painting. And I quite like that playfulness.
That's definitely what I was going for.
Yeah, I really love that. That's a face I know that I did, sort of half grimace, half smile, whatever it is. Everyone was questioning the bravery of the yellow, but I think it's fantastic. There's thinking space to the right of frame, and that's wonderful. And there's sort of big blocks of colour that express how the light falls on my face. That's lovely. So I was really brave as well.
Oh, good. Good. Well, we have to make a decision now.
Right. Well, I want them all. I think they're all wonderful. I do think Charlie has caught something, which I recognise. That's the painting that really speaks to me.
Sergei, how did you find that?
Intense.
Okay.
Because you're still working, you know, like, and people read your energy.
Right.
So you feel it.
Well, I think it's time, artists, if I can please ask you to turn your easels.
Oh, wow. Well, super different from what I was imagining.
Oh, really?
Because, yeah, you look at the personalities.
Yes. Right, should we have a closer look?
Yeah. When you turn around, I fell in love instantly.
Thank you.
I see myself,
Yeah.
but it's better than what I am.
Better than
yeah, that's the most important, is to create
There you go,
something
Lee.
better.
You made it better than Sergei.
But
Thank you
it's
so much.
really good. This one is more realistic. It's beautiful eyes you made.
Yeah, a lot happening in those eyes.
That part is strong. And congratulations. The way it's painted, it's beautiful. So when I come closer, it becomes a different painting. It became different colors, and it really works.
Okay, Sergei.
I'll go with my first feeling. I think it's Lee.
Well done, Lee. Done, Lee.
While the artists take a well-earned break, the judges look at the portraits they created throughout the day.
Zinchu's got this great sense of a thinking, breathing person. It's beautiful. The tilt of the head gives it a really romantic flavour. It's like every Russian scoundrel from Count Vronsky onwards.
Amy's a young artist, yet it's a great composition.
I don't know if I'm mad on the treatment of the hair, but I think Amy's done brilliantly with the colours.
I do like Lee's inventiveness, but it has the spirit of Sergei. For me, interestingly, the language falls down in the sparkly eyes. I can see why Maggie picked this portrait of her by Phyllis. It's got her suppressed exuberance.
It's almost too sweet, it's too chocolate boxy, but I love the way Phyllis played with the light on the side of the face. It's just joyful, isn't it?
No.
Gabriella's style of painting is very distinctive. The necklace, she hasn't defined it, so it's just suggestive.
The colour palette is beautiful, the oval works really nicely. And I do think that she's found a happy medium between doing something that interests her and that is flattering for the sitter.
Lynn's a superb portrait artist. These beautiful details, I mean, that watch and the jewellery are so well observed.
I'm less keen on the background. Actually, I think it was stronger around lunchtime.
Alex caught a rather sweet side of David.
My favourite bit are the shoulders. I think the highlights on the tops of the jacket just give him a presence and three-dimensionality. Gianna really connected with David. He's got a real sense of energy to it.
There's a humour there, there's intelligence there. It's just a bit flat for me.
Charlie's done something which is so refined and delicate. It looks like a fresco, it's so chalky. It's got a very subtle emotional component.
And David went for this painting because it evoked an emotion that he recognised.
The judges must now narrow down the artists to a shortlist of 3.
A sort of quirky artist today, don't you think? But in a good way.
This one is very quiet, but its power is in its quietness.
Yeah, I agree. I think this might be a bit too noisy.
I think I agree, but I find this one too troublesome in other ways. I keep seeing too much that's wrong in that one. Are you falling in love with that one more and more?
Looks nothing like the sitter, but I love it.
I think we should get rid of this one.
OK.
So for our final position in the top 3, we've got to decide between...
These 3, and I think we need to think about their submissions.
OK.
Artists, it's been wonderful watching you today. Thank you for sharing your talent and your good humour with us all.
Your finished work gave the judges plenty to think about, and they have now chosen their shortlist of 3. The first artist is Zinchu Zhang. The second artist is Gabriella Cohen. The third artist to be shortlisted is Charlie Hardcastle.
I've really enjoyed today. I've loved meeting all the other artists and finding out if I can actually do it. It's been a really positive experience.
To decide their winner, the judges look at the day's work alongside the artist's original submissions.
I think it's been a sensational day. I couldn't agree with your decision less. I'm really shocked on behalf of the amazing talent that you have not acknowledged.
Well, we have acknowledged them by virtue of the fact that we're here. Honestly, we have so many people apply for this show, so it is a tough competition. It gets better every year.
OK, well, you've got some explaining to do.
Hey. Right, well, let's start with Xin. What did you see in his work today?
I just see a beautifully painted character study. And equally, his self-portrait is a character study, contemplating existence, mortality, all these things. And the person he painted today, it might not be exactly like Sergei, but it has the spirit of the man and a spirit of a type of man.
But it doesn't catch, for me, the spirit of Sergei as he was present here, because he's a dancer. This is missing from this portrait.
But he was not moving today. He was very contained, and there is a sense of that in this portrait.
But you obviously disagree. Isn't portraiture great?
Isn't it? Well, this is it.
Yeah.
What made you choose Charlie?
Charlie, in his submissions, showed us that there's great emotional content with very little there. And I was quite intrigued how he was going to do that with David today. And he's done it, that Charlie can find colours that are so vibrant but so understated, and through them find a very understated and quiet emotion.
I do think it's very good.
Gabriella gave us a really bold, interesting self-portrait, quite unlike almost anything we've seen before. Was she as original today?
She definitely moderated her portrait of Maggie, and I think it's good that she's able to be sensitive to the fact that she's here to do a portrait of a person. It's very much of Maggie through the prism of a Polaroid.
You know, we have lots of conversations here about how our artists use technology. Here we have an artist who uses it in a creative capacity, and that makes it dynamic and more exciting. And I will never convince you, Joan Bakewell. But, you know, as we always say, art is subjective. You know, unless portraiture keeps moving forward, it's dead.
Are you frightened of not being trendy?
No, I'm frightened of you.
Good.
Well, the new always makes people nervous, angry, and upset. Only time really tells.
Yep.
So you need to lead us. You need to find the thing, not just today, but in every episode, that will transform art forever. Over to you.
Thanks for the pressure.
Zenshu, Gabriella, Charlie, huge congratulations to each of you on being shortlisted today. However, only one can go forward.
The artist that the judges have selected is... Gabriella Cohen.
I'm so shocked. I was really not expecting that at all. I can't believe that I've won. I'm still trying to process it. Yeah, I'm speechless.
I really loved Gabriella's portrait. It's full of colour, and I'm really happy for her. I think Gabriella's portrait definitely stood out. I think she really deserves to go through.
We're looking for someone to take the conversation forward with portraiture. Gabriella's really inventive, she's really playful, and then we're just thinking about all the promise of what's coming next in the semi-final. It's completely tantalising.
With my portraiture, I like to see the world in a different way, and hopefully I can produce something similar next round that the judges like.